Welcome back. In this lesson, we want to cover a mistake, which is not requiring guests to verify their identity or prove they are, and kind of the bigger mistake within that is just too lax of a rule set. Like you're just, again, desperate for bookings, you'll let anybody stay.
Yeah, I think the key point here in this lesson is, like Micah just said, you've started your business and you're just excited because you have a guest who wants to stay with you.
Booking. Yeah.
A booking, and you're not going through the checklist of the questions to be asking, how many in the party, and the ages of the people in the party, and getting specific contact information about those individuals.
Right.
And we're just flying through it because, oh my gosh, we got a booking and we got $2,000 coming in, and yada yada yada. And at the end of the day, we don't know who we're renting to.
Right.
So we did a lesson on this where we talked about when your gut tells you this doesn't feel right, and there's something wrong. Guess what? There's something wrong.
Yeah. Or your wife. Usually, if your wife's gut tells you that something doesn't feel right.
Well, that's true too. Yeah. I mean, but in all seriousness, if you're stepping back and feeling like this doesn't feel right, they're asking strange questions, but more importantly, I think it's verifying that identity. Once you know who they are and you know they're legit, you have their email, you have their phone. Then you're okay.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to press for it.
Absolutely.
Their ID, make sure they sign your rental agreement, as many protections as you can get. And what you'll see is quickly you'll realize, especially in peak season in any market, there's more bookings than there are properties almost every single time. And so having a great set of rules along with your great rates and all these other things mean you're going to get the lion's share of the leads, and so you can be picky choosy. So that's the moral of the story is don't just let anybody stay in your property. Set rules, follow them. If under 25ers or bachelorette or bachelor parties are not something you want to deal with, don't deal with them. There are other people out there you can rent to. And verify their identity. For instance, on Airbnb, you can require that you only can rent to people who verified their identity through Airbnb. Now, is it perfect? No, but you can still do it.
Yeah.
And so that's a great option to check, and then just kind of chat with them when you can. Now, obviously, at 400 properties, we do 200 bookings a day, and there's only 8 people. We can't chat with all of them. So we've had to build processes, which you'll learn, to kind of generate red flags, if you will.
Correct.
And so red flag for us would be if they have a .edu email address and it's spring break. Well, we're going to call and probe, right? Because that's typically a spring breaker that tried to sneak through the systems, things like that. And so we'll go through all of these in deeper lessons. We just wanted you to know this is another case of not sticking to your guns and not creating these strong rules and being too desperate. Just don't do it. This is your property, or you're responsible for this property and the management and care of it. Make sure you know who's in there. I know that our property owners appreciate it when we tell people they can't come.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you soon in the next lesson.